Hi guys, welcome back to Let's Love to Learn Together. Today's paper is called Woman Accused of Stealing Expensive Dresses from Workplace. That's woman accused of stealing expensive dresses from workplace. We're working at 70 words a minute. So let's check the title. We have woman, which is W, M, and N. It's a little bit wobbly there, apologies. Accused is ACSD at the O indicator for of. Stealing is STLing. Expensive should be XPNSV. Notice how my P is angled to follow better cross. Dresses should be a DR blend, so D doubles for R. Disjoint S for words that end SLS. Upwards F is from, and work is WR blended K. And then we put the PL through in C. Okay, so woman accused of stealing expensive dresses from workplace. You might want to pause and drill that title. Before we have a go at the paper, what I want to do is a quick quiz on some words to explore different aspects of theory. So number one is the word worked. Number two is store. Apologies, my voice is a little bit croaky today. I've been talking too much, I think. So worked and then store, followed by star. Then we have customer. Contract and full. Now, whilst you have a go at writing those words in shorthand, I'm going to put a little hint at which aspects of theory are explored in each word. So we have the WR theory explored here. We have the TR here in both of these words. Customer. We need to think about placement with T in the word customer. We also need to think about the MR. Contract looks at CN blend, and it also looks at TR. And full looks at the FL blend. Okay, so let's check answers. If you're not done, press pause, and then you can work this at your own pace. So the answer for number one, worked, is WR blend. Now we do change the K to C to get a better join to the D. If we didn't, we did WR, K, and D. It's quite wonky. If we decide to disjoin the K, it looks quite cute and pretty, but it's a little bit slower. Store is S and a long T for TR. So you may have noticed by now that store is exactly the same as star, and we'd use context to figure out which word it was when transcribing. Customer, we have CST on the T line for cost, or it could say cost, different word. From there, we have M doubles for R for M, so customer. Think your MR rule. If it was too short, it looked like custom. Contract, so we all love a CN blend. I'm joking, most people hate the CN blend. It's just so counterintuitive writing backwards, but it is fast once you get used to that motion. So contract is a CN blend, the con, a TRC, and then T, contract. And full is F inside the L for the FL blend. Okay, you might want to pause and drill those words. I do have a few more questions. We have 5 more. So number one is the word rearranging. Now, can you remember the special outline for the word arrange? So rearranging is number one. I'm just opening up a new page. So that's why my screen may have gone blank. Okay, so rearrange is number one. Number two is usually. 3 is the word worth. So worth is number 3. 4 is the word mitigating. It's quite a hard word. Mitigating. And the last one is the word later. Excuse my messy longhand. So it's fine, I'm shorthand there. So rearranging is number 1. Number 2 is usually, just give them a go if you haven't already. Then we have worth, mitigating, and later. Okay, so special outline for arrange is just 2 A indicators, which looks at your ANG rule. So you've got the A and then another A to represent ANG. So to make, they should be both very neat. I'm writing too fast. So rearranging will be R to deal with this part of the word, the we. Arrange is that A and ang, an additional I indicator for ing. So quite a long word to write in longhand. However, the shorthand version is pretty fast once you get that drilled. So you have to spend quite a lot of time getting used to that because it's a few different motions. So rearranging, a nice outline, but one definitely to practice. Usually is full U, S and L and Y becomes I. Looks like you're writing Uzi. Worth. Now, if worth comes up as part of a larger word, like worthwhile, for example, then we reduce worth just to WR on the T line. So this would say worth, WH upwards out, worthwhile. Sorry, my pen keeps getting strange. Keeps dragging for some reason. Okay, so worthwhile would look like so. However, worth in its full form would be a WR, T and H, quite a long outline. So I like to use worth. My own special outline is a double length W on the T line. So I use the shortcut, even if worth comes up as a single word. Mitigating, so you'd have MT, G, T, ing, mitigating. Now, you may wonder why that's not on the T line. Now, ideally, we like G's to cross the writing line. If it was here, we'd have MT, G, T, ing, so it wouldn't cut the line. So try and pop it on the writing line if possible for mitigating. Then later is L, followed by a double length T, as we know, T doubles for R, so later. Again, my owl's just gone a little bit too curly there. Okay, bear in mind that I'm writing something called a Wacom tablet. It's a really kind of big tool, and I'm writing with this quite large pen. So sometimes my outlines look very big. Yours, try and keep them nice and tight and small, ideally. Okay, so you might want to pause the video, give this a drill, then we're going to have a go at this 2-minute passage, 70 words per minute, titled Woman Accused of Stealing Expensive Dresses from Workplace. Okay. So I'm now going to dictate the title a few times over to get used to writing those words, and then we'll give this our very, very best shot. Okay, so here is just the title. Ready? Woman accused of stealing expensive dresses from workplace. Woman accused of stealing expensive dresses from workplace. Okay, so I'm going to grab my timer and let's give this a best shot. Pens ready, best of luck. Okay. Members of the jury and members of the press. A 41-year-old woman stands trial today, accused of stealing a large number of expensive dresses from her workplace. Sarah Smith had worked at the dress store called Look Like a Star for the past few years, since 2019 to be precise. Her customer service contract was full-time, and she often worked overtime. She also took on the role of a visual merchandiser, which involved rearranging the shop floor outside of opening hours. It was during this time that she started to steal dresses. She was usually alone, and it was the perfect opportunity. As far as we know, she stole 40 dresses over a 6-month period, each worth more than £200. There are mitigating circumstances, which you will hear later today. That was hard. When I wrote this paper, I didn't think it was too bad. I thought it was quite a nice one. Now I've read it out at speed, I'm thinking, oh, there's some really hard words there. There were also some really useful word groupings which I didn't look at beforehand, so we'll just flag those now. Just a note, so my pen is having a bit of a nightmare. I think I need to order a new Wacom tablet. This has been very, very well, it's had its day basically. It's super worn. So apologies for any of this random squiggles that you see on the board that come up. That'll be amended. It'll be fixed shortly, hopefully. Okay, so we have members of the jury and members of the press. So we are familiar, hopefully, with the outline for members of the jury. MMS for members, straight down for JI for jury. Members of the press, so for N for and, got members straight down with the P, and we can put the S through. If you find it quite tricky to put the S through, you can maintain the R, keep the R in, and ideally try and use the R principle there for PR with press. End of sentence, it's a very short sentence there. A 41-year-old woman stands trial today. So I've got A indicator, circle 41, Y for year, LD, and we can use that shortcut for W for woman. Stands is STNDS, trial is TR blending L, today is TD. Accused of, that's AC, SD, and then of. Stealing is ST, L, and then ing, as you have in the title. A. Now large is LR blend in G. The phrase a large number of can be grouped. So first of all, I'll show you how to write number of. Number is NO, and add the O indicator to make it number of. You're probably familiar with the outline if you spent a lot of time on this channel. Large number of, we're going to just do LAR and then number of. Expensive dresses, that should be okay to have those words in the title. That's why it's so important, guys, to draw your title. From her workplace, so I pretty much repeated the title here. Okay. Sarah Smith. So Sarah, which is my middle name, back there is SRH. Smith, we come across that outline loads, don't we? SMTH. had worked, had as HD, worked as WRCD, which we have in the quiz questions. At there is A indicator H of the. Dress store, so DR blended S for dress. And store we had in the question, so that's STR. Oh, the pen was doing well then. There we go. Okay, so SDR. Such opposite outlines there, isn't it? Dress and store. But DRS and SDR. Okay, so dress store. Called look like a star. So called is CLD. Look, we've got LK. K for like, A star. For the past few years, and I love this grouping. So we do FR for 4. The H of the becomes the P of past. Downwards F represents view, and then YS. It's a nice common phrase. You can perhaps practice that with things like for the past few days. For the past few weeks, etc. Okay, since 2019. So since is S and is during sequence. Now you can just put 19 for 2019. I tend to write the full year just because I like to be completely clear when I'm transcribing. But you would, of course, know that it was 2019 and not 1919 or something like that. You would know. Because, of course, in recent years. So 19 would be sufficient there. Out of habit, I just always put the full year. So we have to be precise. So to be should be grouped T and B. Precise is a P, and we can pop that CS through VPR rule. Okay, so a long sentence there. So Sarah Smith had worked at the dress store called Look Like a Star for the past few years, since 2019 to be precise. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of these. We're going to look at the next sentence. So we had her customer service contract was full-time and she often worked overtime. Okay, just ignore the top line. Just give that 1 second. Apologies for these little gaps in the video today. Okay, so we've got HR for her, customer is CSTMR, not that long of a crazy M, my other pen. Customer service is SRVC, contract CNTRCG, was is WS, S inside the curves. Now, full time, we have an FL blend of full, and we could use a bracket L and put the M there, add the M on. Or if you prefer, you could just join the time, full, and then time. I like to put it as an outline for speed. And she often worked overtime, so N for and, S for she. Often we've got OFN, worked at WRCD, O indicated for over and M for time, overtime. Okay, shorter sentence that one was. Next one's a long one. So she also took on the role of a visual merchandise. That was really hard, which involved rearranging the shop floor outside of opening hours. What a long sentence. But some really good vocab there. We have a few special outlines, loads. So let's have a look at that next sentence. So we've got she, longhand S, also is S on the T line. Took is TK. Can group on this, so O and blend TH. Roll is RL. It's nice to try and get used to joining of A. So O indicator for of on the T line, and then add the A, of A. Visual, so that's going to be VSL. Put a little outline that one. Merchandiser. In all my years of teaching and learning shorthand, should I say learning and then teaching shorthand, I've never come across the word merchandise before. So we have MR blend, CH for merch. we have the N, D, S, R. So some words in shorthand, when you're trying to put them together on your own, perhaps you've not, you're not in class, etc., or you've not got the answer in a book, and there's no fancy theory involved. Some outlines can be quite long. So the only theory we have here is the MR, the extension, in terms of an aspect of theory that makes the outline faster. Otherwise, we've got individual letters forged together, which is quite a hard outline to write. You might shorten that to merge, visual merge, that'd be okay. We've got which, WC on the T line, involved, special, INVD. Rearranging, we had that in the quiz question, so rearranging the shop floor. So we've got the shop longhand S&P floor is FR blend, but the L goes longer for R floor. Should be a little bit earlier, sorry. It's really hard to draw the really big outlines and get them to still look nice. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggerated long L there. So she also took on the role of a visual merchandiser, which involved rearranging the shop floor outside of opening hours. So try and join outside of OT, SD, add the of. Opening is OPN in ing, and we've got the long W for the shortcut for hour, and add the S, hours. That was a really hard sentence. Who writes these things? Apologies. Okay, next we have, it was during this time that she started to steal dresses. So we've got it was joined together. DR blend and ing for drawing. Extend the ing down to represent the H of this and add the S, drawing this. This would say, for example, drawing the. This would be drawing that. So to somebody who's quite new to shorthand, or if you're telling a friend, this might just look like a big long line, but we know what it actually is the ing of drawing, but it's been extended to represent the H in the word this, okay? So it was drawing this. And if we put the S other side, we could do drawing this and bring the M over for time, or you can disjoin the time, put it separately. There are always options. So drawing this time, can we do it together? That she should be grouped. STRTD. T for two, steal is STL. And DR blend, disjoint S for dresses. End of sentence. Next we have she was usually alone. Try and group she was, so longhand S instead of WS. Usually we had in the questions. A indicated sharp, L and N for alone. And it was, that's a nice one. It was in the H of the through. Perfect is PR and just tuck the F inside. Special outline. Opportunity, which is just offer, OPR. So we have two nice special outlines there that you may have forgotten or you may not be as familiar with. So she was usually alone and it was a perfect opportunity. Okay, the next sentence is super long. We have loads of word pins in this. If you're looking over your notes, did you group as far as together? Did you get something short for the phrase 6 months, the 6 month period? Did you remember that each is special outline? Did you remember to group more than? And did you remember how to write pound in shorthand or pounds? Okay, so we have as far as, that's AS, FR blend and S, as far as. Now, if you go the other way, AS, FRS, that's also fine. As far as we could extend that S of as to W of we, as far as we. Noah's NO. She stole, STL. 40, just make sure it's a clean number. Dresses. Worth, WR on the T line, you can add TH there. Oh, apologies, I'm on the next sentence. Go back. Is it as far as we know, she stole 40 dresses over a 6-month period. So we've got over A, circle 6, M underneath the month, period is PRD. Each is an E indicator and C on a T line. Now we've got the word worth, WR. More than, so MR for more and just the N to represent than. More examples of when we can shorten than as part of word groupings. For example, we have better than. Let me get up. I'm on a roll with the pen, sorry, one sec. So better than is BTR and N, and this would say rather than. Again, not like that. It was either, guys, to miss a week of this, miss a week of recording a passage or deal with the pen issue. So yeah, more than, the N represents than there, so more than, better than, and then rather than. So just to go back, we have, as far as we know, she stole 40 dresses over a 6-month period, each worth more than. Then we've got £200 each. So we've got 2 DR blend for 100 for pounds, and then each is EC. Sorry, guys. Each didn't come up again. I'm looking between 2 screens. That's the reason why I keep getting the wrong words. So we have, as far as we know, she stole 40 dresses over a 6-month period, each worth more than £200. I'm going to be hearing that sentence in my sleep tonight. And the last one we have, there are mitigating circumstances, which you will hear later today. So long T for there, and then are mitigating. So we had that in the quiz questions. Circumstance is just circ, special outline. So add the S to make it circumstances, which is WC on the T line. You can try and group who you will. Here is HR, late today. So LTR for later. And today is T and then D. So just to flag outlines there in terms of word grouping, there was quite a few and special. So we had, as far as word grouping, we had no special outline. The phrase over A in 6 months, 2 nice small word groupings. We had special outline for each. Special outline or shortcut for worth. The word grouping for more than. The grouping for there are. The special for circumstances. Special for which. Grouping for you will. And special for today. So there was some really helpful vocab in there. Now remember, if you click the link in the description, you can hear me read the passage again. So you might want to check your notes over. You might do some drilling and spend a bit of time working through this video again, then have another go. Try and use the material how best fits where you are on the journey. If you're not quite ready for 2 minutes at 70, that might have been quite overwhelming. Therefore, you could spend a bit of time working with this and then go back to the audio after. But any questions you've got, let us know. There will be part 2 to this story, which will look at the reasons why this woman was stealing dresses. Was there more to the story? What was happening in her life? We'll find out in a couple of weeks' time. Hopefully you found that useful. Any comments or questions, let us know. And thank you so much for watching the video. And thank you for bearing with my seems to be broken pen and tablet that's sort of, on its last legs maybe. But wherever you are in the world, thank you for watching. I hope your shorthand journey is going as smoothly as possible. It's rarely ever linear progression, in my opinion. You have good weeks, you have bad weeks, but slowly the bad weeks get less, and the good shorthand weeks, the number of those definitely increases. with constant practice and continuing to join us here at the channel as we keep loving T-line together. Thank you again, and I'll be back soon.